My goals for the spring season are for, as a collective group, for us to improve on the attacking component of the game. Most of last season was spent on our defensive shape, our individual and collective principles therein, and it kept us very competitive in the vast majority of our matches, which was really, really positive. Having so many freshmen guys get plenty of experience during that time, and so what we're really looking to do is transition from those defensive ideals and start to get more expansive into the attacking principles and the collective principles therein. Get those freshmen and returning players more experience, get them more minutes in our spring matches. And then in the training sessions, make sure that they're competitive and we're working on that mentality. We crunch the numbers throughout the games from the fall as far as, when were we conceding, when were we scoring, what moments of the match were we most vulnerable and most successful. And so that is going to be one of the things that we hammer home in the spring. Not only developing the soccer standpoint, but the mental component, the belief that we can get results, that we can come back in matches, that we can grind out results, and so that's going to be part and parcel of what we do throughout the spring. Well, I think having worked with this group now, going on, a fair 6 months now, we know what we're getting with these boys. They work their butts off all the time. They bring a positive approach to training. They're good guys off the field. They perform very, very well in the classroom. So I know that going in each and every day that I'm going to get an honest day's work from these guys, and they want to get better. And that's as a coach, it makes you very happy every day to go into an environment like that. At the end of the fall season, the staff and I sat down and kind of reflected on the season that was. And, we've talked many times here in the past interviews how important, leadership is within a squad. Whether it's a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, who are the guys that are going to be the pivotal people who can communicate the expectations of the players, the goals of the players, be that conduit between staff and player. And two players immediately jumped off the page in those discussions. The first of which was Will Carpenter. Will is a local guy who transferred in from Huntsville, who had a very good impact in his first year here. Started every game that he was healthy for. I thought he had a very strong season in goal. On the field, obviously, fantastic competitor and leader. Off the field is a great guy. The players get along very well with him, and I think that he's one of the guys that can galvanize a group moving forward. So very pleased, and I think we landed on a good one there. The second is a freshman, but an experienced player who's represented his country at the youth level, Hakor Bjornsson, a guy who's very committed, very professional about his approach to the game, his ideas and his thoughts about how the team should be taken over, very closely aligned with ours as a staff, and I think that's one of the most important pieces, to have guys that are leading the group that match the expectations of the coaching staff, that are really in line with what we want moving forward. And I think those two guys are fantastic choices. There are other guys in the squad throughout that I think will add a level of experience and leadership, even freshman players like Hovard Oina, but also right up through our rising senior class, which Iba and Dow and Luis Ortiz in there. So it's a good group, but Will and Hakor will be at the forefront as far as the leadership goes, certainly for the short term, but I expect some very significant long-term contributions from those two young men.